Maya was tired but happy. She had finished her day's work as a cleaner at a big office building. The sun had already set, and the halls were quiet and empty. Most of the workers had gone home hours ago. Only Maya stayed behind, moving slowly but carefully through the shiny floors, making sure everything was clean and neat for the next day. She loved her job in a simple way. It was honest work, and it gave her a small feeling of peace. She liked to listen to the soft sounds of the empty building, the quiet hum of the air conditioner, the faint ticking of the wall clock, and sometimes the gentle creak of the old wooden doors. It was a calm world, different from the noisy streets outside. That evening, Maya was cleaning the office of Mr. Roy, the CEO of a big company. His office was large and beautiful, with a big wooden desk and many shelves full of books and files. Maya always felt a little nervous when she worked there. She never met Mr. Roy, but she heard stories from other workers. They said he was a very busy man and important in the business world. As she wiped the desk carefully, her cloth brushing away dust and fingerprints, the phone on the desk suddenly rang. The sharp sound startled Maya. It was very late, and no one ever called the CEO's office at this hour. She looked at the phone, unsure what to do. The ringing continued. She thought about ignoring it and letting it ring out, but something inside her said, "Answer it. Someone might need help." Taking a deep breath, Maya picked up the phone carefully. "Hello," she said softly. At first, the voice on the other side was hard to understand. It was a man speaking in a foreign language with a strong accent. He spoke slowly and clearly but with broken English. "Is this Mr. Roy's office?" the man asked. Maya nodded even though the man could not see her. "Yes," she said. "This is the office." The man's voice was serious, but calm. I am client. I need help. Please." Maya's heart started to beat faster. She did not know much about business or the company Mr. Roy led. But she felt the man was in trouble. "What kind of help?" she asked, trying to sound polite and calm. The man hesitated. He spoke in short sentences, struggling to find the right words. "My shipment stuck. Customs problems, very bad." Maya did not understand everything, but she guessed the man was talking about something important being stopped or delayed. She thought about the stacks of boxes and papers she had seen in the warehouse earlier that day when she cleaned near the loading dock. "Where are you?" she asked. The man said a country name Maya had never heard before. She could tell it was far away. "Is this very bad problem?" Maya asked. The man's voice was soft but urgent. "Yes, if no fix, my business, big trouble." Maya felt a wave of worry. She was only a cleaner, not a manager or a secretary. She had no power or money to help. But the man's voice made her feel responsible. She wanted to do something. "Please wait," Maya said. "I will try, find help." The man thanked her quietly, then hung up. Maya looked at the phone in her hand. She knew she had to act quickly. She went to the corner of the room and found a small piece of paper with Mr. Roy's contact numbers. Her hands shook as she dialed the CEO's personal phone. The line rang and rang, but no one answered. She tried again, then called the company's main office number. The receptionist said Mr. Roy was not available. Maya's heart sank. "What should I do?" she whispered to herself. She remembered a name she had seen on the company's website, someone who worked in the overseas office. She found the number and dialed it carefully. A young man answered, speaking clear English. Maya explained the situation slowly. She told him about the man's call, the customs problem, and the urgent need to help. The young man listened carefully and promised to check immediately. "Thank you for telling us," he said kindly. "We will try to fix it." Maya felt a small hope. Maybe she could help after all. Before hanging up, Maya called the client back. She wanted to tell him that help was coming. The man's voice was quiet but grateful. He said, "Thank you, very much." Maya smiled. She felt warmth in her heart. She did not know what would happen next, but she had made a difference just by answering one phone call. As she returned to her cleaning, the building seemed less quiet and lonely. Somewhere far away, a man was counting on her. And she would not stop trying to help. The next morning, Maya arrived at the office building earlier than usual. The sky was still soft and pink with the first light of day. She felt tired but also curious. The phone call from last night kept playing in her mind like a small, important song. What if the problem was really serious? What if someone was depending on her to help? Maya walked through the quiet halls, her broom tapping softly on the polished floor. She thought about the man who had called. She didn't even know his name. She only knew he was a client of the company and that his shipment was stuck in a faraway place, waiting in customs. She reached the CEO's office and started cleaning again, her hands moving slowly over the desk and the shelves. Suddenly, the phone on the desk rang again. Maya's heart jumped. Could it be the man calling back? She took the phone quickly and answered, "Hello, this is the CEO's office." The man's voice was soft but urgent. "Hello. I am sorry. My English is not good." Maya smiled gently, trying to be patient. "That's okay. Please try. I want to help." The man explained that his shipment was a group of important machines. Without these machines, his company could not work. If the shipment stayed stuck much longer, he would lose money, and many people in his country would lose their jobs. Maya listened carefully. "Where is the shipment?" she asked. The man said the shipment was stuck at a large airport in his country. The customs officers were asking for many documents, and the paperwork was confusing. He didn't know how to explain or fix the problem. Maya felt a knot in her stomach. She thought of all the people who waited for the shipment. She thought of the man's quiet voice and his hope for help. She wanted to do more. She took a deep breath and said, "I will call our office. I will find someone who can fix this." But the man's English was difficult to understand. Sometimes, Maya needed to ask him to repeat or explain more slowly. Sometimes, she could only guess what he meant. The words were lost in translation, like pieces of a puzzle that didn't quite fit. Still, Maya stayed patient. She asked many questions and took notes on a small paper. She wrote down the names, places, and important details. The man was grateful. "Thank you. You are very kind," he said softly. After the call ended, Maya felt tired but determined. She needed to help. She walked to the company's main office and spoke with Sarah, the assistant manager. Sarah listened carefully when Maya told her the story. "This is serious," Sarah said. "If we lose this client, it will be very bad for the company." Sarah promised to contact the overseas team right away. Maya felt relief. She was not alone now. Later that morning, Maya sat in the quiet cafeteria, sipping a cup of tea. She watched people hurry past, busy workers talking on phones, typing on computers, and moving with purpose. Maya felt small in this big world. She was just a cleaner. But she remembered the man's voice from last night. He trusted her. Her phone rang again. It was the man. This time, he sounded worried. They say shipment not ready yet. Customs want more papers, he said. Maya wanted to help but did not know what to do. She told him, please wait. I ask our office again. She called Sarah and asked for updates. Sarah said the overseas team was working hard but the paperwork was slow. The customs officers were strict and needed extra information from the client's country. Maya thought hard. How could she help more? She did not have special skills, but she had kindness and patience. Maybe that was enough. She called the man back and said, don't worry. We will try best. You are not alone. The man's voice cracked with emotion. Thank you. You help like family. Maya smiled, feeling warmth and hope. She wanted to tell Mr. Roy, the CEO, about this. Maybe he could help too. She went back to the CEO's office, but it was still empty. The building was quiet again. Suddenly, the phone rang once more. Maya answered quickly. This time, the voice on the other side was different, a woman with a clear English voice. She introduced herself as Anna from the company's overseas office. Anna said, we know about the problem. We are working with customs. We hope to fix it soon. Maya told Anna about the client's worries and the kindness they had shared over the phone. Anna smiled in her voice. Thank you for helping. Sometimes small things like answering a phone can make a big difference. Maya felt proud. She never thought her small job could matter so much. The phone calls continued throughout the day. Maya stayed calm, patient, and hopeful. She spoke with the client, the overseas team, and Sarah many times. Though the words sometimes got lost, the feelings were clear. Everyone wanted to help, and everyone cared. At the end of the day, Maya sat alone in the CEO's office, looking out at the city lights. She thought about the man far away, waiting for the shipment that could save his business. She whispered softly, we will not give up. We will find a way. Maya's small voice carried a promise to listen, to help, and to believe in the power of kindness, even when words are hard to understand. Maya felt a small but steady hope growing inside her. The day was long, and many phone calls came and went, but one thing was clear: this problem was not something she could fix alone. Still, she knew her role was important. She had answered the call, and that made a difference. As she finished cleaning the CEO's office late in the afternoon, she found Mr. Roy's mobile phone on the desk. It was a sleek, black phone, quiet and waiting. Maya picked it up carefully and thought, maybe I can call someone who can help. Her fingers trembled slightly as she dialed the overseas office number she had learned the day before. After a few rings, a young man answered. Hello, this is Maya. I work in the CEO's office. I'm calling about the shipment stuck in customs, she said clearly. The young man's voice was friendly. Yes, Maya. We are aware. We are working on it. Maya explained what the client had said, the confusion with paperwork, the customs officers needing more documents, and the urgent need to get the shipment moving. The young man thanked her and said, we will contact the customs team immediately. I promise, we are trying our best. Maya felt relieved. She put down the phone and looked around the empty office. The silence felt different now, full of hope, not fear. Just then, the phone on the desk rang again. Maya answered quickly. It was the client, the man from the foreign country. "Hello, I want to thank you," the man said softly. "You help very much. You listen." Maya smiled and said, "I am happy to help. We will try to fix problem." The man's voice grew quieter. "You are very kind. I am worried, but you give me hope." Maya's heart warmed. She never thought her simple job as a cleaner would lead to this moment, connecting with a stranger in need, offering comfort and hope. After the call, Maya sat quietly at the desk. Her hands rested on the polished wood. She thought about how small actions could grow into something big. She remembered her mother's words, "Kindness is never wasted." Later that evening, Maya returned to the main office. She found Sarah, the assistant manager, still busy with paperwork. "Sarah, I called the overseas office again," Maya said. "They are working on customs problem." Sarah smiled and said, "Thank you, Maya. You have helped a lot." Maya felt shy but happy. It was unusual for her to be part of important talks. She was just a cleaner, but her small actions were making a difference. As the night grew darker, Maya continued her work, cleaning the hallways and empty rooms. But her mind was far away, thinking about the man waiting for his shipment and the people depending on it. Suddenly, her phone rang once more. It was Anna from the overseas office. "Maya, we need more information from the client," Anna said. "Can you ask him to send a copy of the documents customs want?" Maya nodded, even though Anna could not see her. "Yes, I will tell him." She called the client and explained the request. The man promised to send the documents as soon as possible, though his connection was slow and weak. Maya knew this was not an easy task for him. She spoke gently, encouraging him to stay strong. Over the next few days, Maya continued to answer the client's calls, always patient and kind. She often translated messages between him and the overseas team. Sometimes, she helped calm the man's worries. Sometimes, she reminded the team to be patient and careful. One afternoon, as she was cleaning near the loading dock, she saw a delivery truck arrive. It was carrying boxes labeled with the company's name. Maya's heart lifted. Maybe the shipment was finally arriving. She rushed back inside and told Sarah and the team. Everyone smiled, hopeful for the first time in many days. That evening, Mr. Roy, the CEO, returned to the office. Maya was nervous to meet him but knew she should tell him about the calls. She found him in the conference room, speaking quietly on the phone. "Mr. Roy," Maya said softly. "I want to tell you something." He looked up, surprised but kind. "Yes, Maya." She explained the situation, the phone calls, the client's problems, and how she had helped connect everyone. Mr. Roy listened carefully. Then, he smiled warmly. "Thank you, Maya. Your kindness and courage are wonderful. You helped save an important client." Maya felt a wave of pride and happiness. She was just a cleaner, but she had done something important. Mr. Roy said, "I want you to meet the client when he visits our office. You will see how much your help means." Maya blinked in surprise but nodded. The thought of meeting the man she helped filled her with joy and excitement. As the days passed, Maya continued her work, feeling stronger and more hopeful. She learned that even the smallest acts of kindness could build bridges between people far apart. And in her quiet heart, Maya promised to always listen, to always care, and to always answer the phone with kindness, because sometimes, that simple act could change a life. The morning sun shone brightly through the large windows of the office building. Birds chirped softly outside, but inside the building, the atmosphere was tense and busy. The team was working hard to solve the problem with the stuck shipment. Everyone knew this was not just a simple delay, it could cost the company a lot. Maya arrived early as usual. She felt a mixture of nervousness and hope. The phone calls and messages had not stopped, and she wanted to do whatever she could to help. As she passed through the halls, she saw Sarah speaking quickly on the phone. Her face looked serious, but determined. Maya knew Sarah was trying to get the right papers and information from the client's country. Maya reached the CEO's office, where Mr. Roy had already arrived. He was a tall man with sharp eyes and a calm voice. He sat at his desk, looking at his computer screen, reading emails and messages. Mr. Roy noticed Maya standing quietly at the door. "Good morning, Maya," he said kindly. "I heard about your help with the client's call." "Thank you." Maya smiled shyly. "Thank you, sir. I just answered the phone." Mr. Roy shook his head. "You did more than that. You helped save an important part of our business." The phone on the desk rang loudly, breaking the calm. Mr. Roy picked up. It was the client, the man from the foreign country. "Hello," the man said. "We try hard, but customs still ask for more papers. They will not release shipment today." Mr. Roy's voice grew serious. "We understand, and we are doing everything to help. Please stay patient." Maya listened quietly. She felt the weight of the man's worries and the pressure on the company. The team worked quickly. Sarah coordinated with the overseas office, sending documents and answering questions. Anna, from the overseas team, called often to share updates and plans. Maya helped by passing messages and making sure every call was answered. As hours passed, the tension grew. Every delay was a threat to the client's business and the company's reputation. Maya remembered the client's voice, soft, hopeful, but tired. She wished she could do more. Suddenly, the phone rang again. Maya answered. It was the customs officer from the foreign country. "We need confirmation of payment and extra paperwork for inspection," the officer said. Maya took a deep breath and told Sarah immediately. Sarah quickly contacted the client to arrange for the extra documents and payment confirmation. The client promised to send the papers as soon as possible, but Maya knew the internet connection was slow and sometimes difficult in his country. Hours later, Maya was wiping dust from the shelves when the phone rang again. This time, it was Anna. "Maya," Anna said, "Customs has accepted the papers. The shipment will be released soon." Maya smiled. She felt a light inside her heart. She called the client and shared the good news. The man's voice was filled with relief and gratitude. "Thank you, Maya. You and your company help like family," he said. Maya's eyes became moist. She had never expected to feel so connected to a stranger so far away. The team continued working late into the evening. Mr. Roy stayed in the office, checking every detail and making important calls. Maya finished her cleaning, but she did not leave. She stayed near the desk, ready to answer any calls and offer support. Finally, after many long hours, the message came: the shipment was cleared and on its way. The office filled with smiles and sighs of relief. Mr. Roy stood up and looked at Maya. "You helped make this happen," he said quietly. "Thank you." Maya felt proud but also humble. She knew many people had worked hard, but she also knew her small act answering the phone had started everything. That night, as Maya walked home under the stars, she thought about the day. She thought about the man who trusted her voice, the busy team who never gave up, and the power of kindness and courage. She whispered to herself, even small voices can make big changes. And with that thought, Maya felt ready for whatever would come next. Days passed, and the shipment issue was finally resolved. The client's business was saved, thanks to the teamwork of many people, including Maya's simple but important role. The company celebrated quietly, but there was still one big surprise waiting for Maya. One bright morning, as Maya was cleaning the CEO's office, Sarah came to her with a warm smile. "Maya, you have done something wonderful. Mr. Roy wants to meet the client when he visits our city. And he wants you to be there." Maya blinked in surprise. "Me? But I am just a cleaner." Sarah shook her head. "You are more than that. You helped save the client's business. You deserve to meet him." Maya felt a flutter of excitement and nervousness. She never imagined she would meet the man she helped. She wondered what he would say. Later that week, the client arrived. His name was Arif. He was a quiet man with kind eyes and a gentle smile. He had traveled a long way to thank the people who helped him. Maya waited in the lobby, her hands folded nervously. When Arif entered, their eyes met. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Arif smiled warmly. "You are Maya?" Maya nodded. "Yes. I am happy to meet you." Arif shook her hand softly. "Thank you. You helped me when I was afraid. Your kindness gave me hope." Maya's heart swelled with pride. "I only answered the phone. But I am glad I could help." Mr. Roy joined them, greeting Arif with respect and kindness. "We are grateful for your trust. Your business is very important to us." Arif nodded. "And I am grateful to you all. But especially to Maya." She answered the call and did not give up. The three of them sat in the CEO's office, talking quietly about the journey of the shipment, the challenges faced, and the hope that never left their hearts. Arif shared stories about his country, the people who depended on the machines, and the struggles with customs and paperwork. Maya listened carefully, feeling closer to a world she had never seen. Mr. Roy spoke about the importance of trust and kindness in business. "Sometimes, it is not just money or contracts that save a company," he said. "It is the people like Maya who make the difference." After the meeting, Maya walked with Arif through the building. She showed him the places she cleaned, the halls where she worked quietly every day. Arif smiled and said, "You work hard. And your kindness is strong." Maya laughed softly. "Thank you. I never thought cleaning could bring me here." The visit was a special moment for Maya. She realized that no matter who you are or what job you do, kindness and courage can open doors. Before Arif left, he gave Maya a small gift, a beautiful notebook with a leather cover. "To write your stories," he said. "Because your story is important." Maya held the notebook carefully, feeling the smooth pages beneath her fingers. She promised herself she would fill it with stories of kindness, courage, and hope. As Arif's car disappeared down the street, Maya felt a deep sense of happiness. She had answered a simple phone call that changed many lives, including her own. That night, Maya sat by her window, looking at the stars. She opened the notebook and began to write. She wrote about the phone call, the worried voice on the other end, and the many people who worked together to solve the problem. She wrote about hope that grows from kindness and the power of listening. And she wrote about herself, a cleaner who answered a call and helped save a business. Maya smiled as she wrote. She knew this was only the beginning of her story. Weeks passed since Arif's visit, but Maya still felt the warmth of his gratitude and the strength of the promise she had made to herself. Every day, she continued her cleaning work in the large office building, but something had changed inside her. She felt more confident, more hopeful. The simple act of answering a phone call had opened a new world for her. One morning, as Maya was mopping the floor near the CEO's office, Sarah came in with a big smile. "Maya, you have a visitor," she said. Maya wiped her hands nervously and walked toward the reception. There stood Mr. Roy, the CEO, holding a small envelope. "Maya," he said warmly, "I want to thank you for everything you have done. You showed courage and kindness in a way that many forget. You helped save an important client and showed what true strength looks like." Maya looked at the envelope, surprised. "Thank you, sir. I just did what I could." Mr. Roy smiled. "Sometimes what we think is small is actually very big. Please open this." Maya carefully opened the envelope. Inside was a letter and a card. The letter explained that the company wanted to recognize Maya's dedication and kindness. They were giving her a special award for outstanding service. Maya's eyes filled with tears. She never imagined this moment. The card was an invitation to the company's annual celebration dinner. Maya was to be the guest of honor. That evening, Maya arrived at the elegant hall where the celebration was held. She wore her best dress, feeling nervous but proud. The room was full of people, managers, employees, and guests. Everyone was dressed in beautiful clothes and smiling. When Maya entered, the crowd quieted. Mr. Roy came forward and spoke into the microphone. "Tonight, we honor a very special person," he said. "Maya is not just a cleaner. She is the heart of our company. Her kindness, courage, and patience help save a client's business. She reminds us that every role matters and every person can make a difference." The crowd clapped warmly. Maya felt her cheeks burn with happiness. Mr. Roy called her to the stage and handed her a small trophy, a shining star on a wooden base. Maya held the trophy carefully and looked out at the faces smiling back at her. After the speech, many people came to congratulate her. Sarah gave her a big hug. "You deserve this, Maya," she said. "You showed us all what it means to care." Maya felt shy but grateful. Later, as she sat quietly at the dinner table, she thought about her journey. From answering a strange phone call to standing on a stage with a trophy in her hand, it had been a surprising path. Her phone buzzed softly. It was a message from Arif. "Congratulations, Maya. You are a true star. Thank you for everything." Maya smiled and replied, "Thank you, Arif. I could not have done it without your trust." As the night grew late, Maya felt a deep peace. She knew that kindness and courage could change lives, even when it started with a simple phone call. She looked at the trophy and whispered, "This is just the beginning." After the company's celebration, life for Maya slowly returned to its usual rhythm. The familiar sound of her broom tapping on the floor, the quiet hum of the office machines, and the soft footsteps of busy workers all became part of her daily routine again. But something inside Maya had changed forever. Every time Maya walked through the halls, she held her head a little higher. People smiled at her differently now, with respect and kindness. And though Maya still did the cleaning work she loved, she knew her heart was full of hope and dreams for the future. One morning, as Maya was cleaning near the CEO's office, Mr. Roy called her inside. "Maya, please have a seat," he said warmly. Maya sat down, feeling a little nervous. Mr. Roy smiled gently. "I have been thinking a lot about your courage and kindness. You have taught all of us an important lesson that every person has value and that sometimes, the smallest actions can change everything. Maya looked down, feeling shy. But, Mr. Roy continued, I want to offer you a new opportunity. Would you like to work with our customer service team? Your patience, your kindness with the phone calls, those are very special gifts. We would like you to join the team. Maya's eyes widened. She never imagined this. Me? But I only know cleaning. Mr. Roy laughed softly. You know much more than you think. We will give you training and support. Maya felt a warm light inside her chest. This was more than she ever dreamed. She nodded slowly. I would like to try. The next few weeks were full of learning. Maya worked with the customer service team, answering calls, helping clients, and solving problems. It was a new world, full of challenges, but also full of joy. Her simple kindness and patient voice made a difference every day. People appreciated talking to her because she listened and cared. Maya also kept her cleaning job for a while, because she loved the quiet moments it gave her to think and dream. One afternoon, Maya found a small note on her desk. It was from Arav, the client from the foreign country. Dear Maya, your kindness has touched many lives. Thank you for believing and helping. I hope to visit again soon. Maya smiled and wrote back, Dear Arav, you have taught me courage. I am grateful for your friendship. As months passed, Maya's new role grew. She became known as the friendly voice on the other end of the phone, the calm heart in the busy office. Her story became an inspiration to many people in the company. They saw how kindness and courage, even from a simple cleaner, could create great change. One day, Mr. Roy invited Maya to speak at a company meeting. She stood before a room full of employees and managers, her heart beating fast but her voice steady. I want to say thank you to everyone, Maya began. Thank you for believing in me and for showing me that kindness can change lives. No matter what job we have, we can all make a difference. Sometimes, all it takes is to listen, to care, and to answer the call. The room filled with warm applause. Maya felt proud and happy. She knew this was not just her story, it was the story of everyone who believes in kindness. That evening, as Maya walked home under the stars, she looked up and whispered, This is only the beginning. She thought of the phone call that started it all, the call she answered by chance, the call that led to hope, friendship, and a new life. Maya's journey was proof that in the quiet moments, when we choose to listen and care, we can change the world one small act at a time.